What's up, YouTube? Man, it's been a minute since I did a video, man. First and foremost, I'd like to give a big shout out to my man, Saint for real, man. I was watching a couple of his videos. He shouted me out in one of them. Man, I just been working. And then he also did a video about basically the struggles on the road. I believe that he was just he added one about I forgot his name though, but I also watched this video as well about basically what he said was that the people don't let people get in your ear, for the most, to sum it up. That'd be a good way to get yourself out of trucking. But I want to go a little bit deeper into what he said though, because of lately, one of the reasons why I haven't been on the YTTA app was because kind of gave myself a goal of reading 5 books. I listen to them on audio book. So like my goal is between 5 to 10 books a month, and I kind of been keeping myself busy listening to these audio books. But one of the most common things I've seen in these videos, in these audio books, is the company that you keep. I don't want to get too religious, but I believe it was don't get me. I think it was T.D. Jakes that says, if you hang around dead people, you will become a dead person as well. And it's a lot of things that goes with that as well, though. You know, truck drivers tend to hang with truck drivers. Cops tend to hang with cops. Firefighters tend to hang with firefighters. Entrepreneurs tend to hang with entrepreneurs, so on and so forth. You are the company that you keep. So that's why, you know, that's why a lot of things that go away, you know, with who you hang around with is also who you are. And I mean, to me, it go hands in hands with Saint is talking about. You know, if you got somebody that's in your ear that's not a driver or hate being a driver, and you on a borderline of liking it and hating it, or hating it and you know, just want to get out the field or whatever, if you hang around a person that can't stand their job and they're a trucker, you're going to get out of driving the truck. But if you're around people who love their job, that's a truck driver, and, you know, teach you the proper way to go about things, then you're going to love being out here on the road. But like I said, I was going to go in a little bit deeper with that, with it. By saying this, when I was growing up, I never wanted to be a doctor. Never wanted to be, tell you the truth, for a little bit, I wanted to be a funeral director, but mainly because of I wanted to be an entrepreneur and I wanted to open up my own funeral home. All in all, so I believe by the time I was, well, I'm not trying to get quoted wrong, by the age of 12. Me and my friends all grouped together and we started a car washing business. And all my friends basically had a mind of an entrepreneur. And, you know, we all teamed up and we started a car washing business where we would go neighborhood to neighborhood, house to house, knocking on people's doors, asking to wash their car. And I'm talking about we was young. I mean, we might have been 11 or 12 when we finally when we started doing it. And then it led from us doing that to living in the Northeast. I think I said it before, to going neighborhood to neighborhood, house to house, shoveling snow. I also worked for an entrepreneur at the time. I believe his name was Calvin. He started up a lawn service business. So, a landscaping business. So, I got to see how he went about opening up his business. And, you know, the pitfalls and basically how to get contracts. And I learned that at a pretty early age. I learned that around the age of 13, 14. I was doing that. As well as I got the ins and outs of the funeral home business. I believe, yeah, I was 14 when I started hanging around the funeral home and getting into that business. And, learning how to deal with families and all of that. Try to get into the things of, at a mind frame of one day owning my own funeral home or or helping my employer out as best as I can with being able to run a business if he decides to, let his son run it, I can run it as well, or, just trying to get into the business mind frame. By the time I graduated high school, I started we started an entertainment business. And again, it was me and my friends me and a group of my friends, one of our best friends, Sparks. It's a funny story because of the way we met was in gym class, and it's about money. And that's the crazy thing about it. That's how it is. How it was. I never knew him. I never seen him. Something happened, and we just ended up talking about money. And every day from that point on, me and him would sit together in gym. We didn't really bust it up after gym class or nothing. But when we sat down in gym class, he always come not dressed, and I was on co-op, and I already had my credits to graduate, so I really wouldn't come dressed either. So I go sit with him, and we'll talk about money all day long. How to make money, what we could do to make money. At the time, he was going to school to learn how to work on cars, and that's what we'd sit down and talk about. Funny thing about that whole story is, after I graduated, he was a year under me. He was in the 11th when I was in the 12th. So say a year later, we ended up meeting at a studio where I also I invested into the studio at that point. I met him at the studio. Me and him got to talking again about money, and I ended up buying into the studio, and we started throwing parties and started an entertainment. The rest of my friends, they all rap. So the entertainment business was right up everybody's alley, and we was all successful with that business, and it was just something to get our feet wet with. But all of that background that I just gave you, and right now I'm working on other businesses as well with these same friends, and currently by myself. But only thing what I'm basically getting at is, you want to just, at the end of the day, you want to just surround yourself around positive people. The friends that I have right now, I've been friends with them for 10 plus years. And all of them are an entrepreneur mindset. I don't hang around negative people. And it's a reason why. If you hang around negative people, you hang around 5 negative people, you will become the 6th. And studies would go, it's actually scientifically proven that us as human beings send away wavelengths. We send out wavelengths like radio waves. That's how when we walk into a room, we can kind of notice, who's a not so good person, who you talk to, who don't even bother them. As a human, we give off those signals. So it's easy for me to hang around the group of guys I decide to hang around with, and the people who I associate with from their wavelengths. I'm the type of person that I sit back in the room and I feel everybody out. I always get teased about it because everybody be like, Justin, you're so quiet. But then after, say, an hour or two, I come out of my shell, is because me personally, I need to get to know who I'm around and what I need to say when I need to say it. It's also a book that I was reading called it's called Power. And basically one of the traits in the book basically went ahead and said, basically what I'm saying is, you want to get You want to get the feel of the room because you don't want to give out too much information to a person who can use that information to harm you, steal your idea. You kind of want to get out, you know, fill out the room before you speak. You know, it's just, you know, one of the aspects you need to do when you first meet people is fill out the room and then go out and, you know, interact, because then you know what to say, you know what not to say. You know, you kind of get the gist of what everybody else is saying. But my thing to tell you, the basic reason for this video is to stay around positive people. Stay around good people. Good people. You can tell people that's good, that comes sincerely from their heart. Like I said, man, you hang around killers, you're gonna eventually become a killer. You know what I mean? The peer pressure is gonna be there. You know, it's going to be there. See, peer pressure is always not a bad thing. Like everybody tends to look at peer pressure as a negative thing, but peer pressure can be also an awesome thing, though, because if I'm steadily on your back, peer pressuring you to start a business, or, you know, peer pressuring you into saving money to put away later on for your kids or something like that, that's great peer pressure. That's great peer pressure. Peer pressure is always not a bad thing, but if you hang around negative peer pressure, then negative things is going to happen. That's just like the saying of, you know, you always hear somebody say that, man, that person just has bad luck. If that person always have bad luck, why would you hang around them? Because bad luck tends to be contagious. And I'm not telling nobody cut off their friends or nothing like that. I'm just saying the negative people in your life, don't let them make the decisions of your life, basically. And me personally, negative people in my life, I don't see them in my life, man. On some real, I have family members, and on some real, I'll name them. My man Sparks, my man C's, that's like my brother. Sparks and C's is like my brother. Ken's, that's like my little brother. His brother, he passed away. That's KC. My cousin G and my cousin N. Like my cousin G and my cousin N, we all grew up like brothers, man. And basically, I just named 6 people, and if you gonna see me outside, 9 times out of 10 it's gonna be with them 6 people. I got love for everybody. Don't get me wrong. I'll hang with you. I just hang around 6 people because I know they mind. Like, I know that they got the same ways as me. Everybody that I name want to be entrepreneurs. They want to do right for their families. And at any given time, I can call them and they can give me the motivation to keep on going and proceeding in my dreams. And that's another thing too, man. Like, you don't want to be with people that discourage you from your dreams, but you don't want to be around people who won't give you the kick in the butt, that tell you what you doing is wrong as well. You don't want a lot of yes men on your team. If I think I'm doing right and I'm actually doing wrong, all of them will man up and tell me that you know, man, what you doing not right. All of them will do it. And you know, I take their word into consideration. I'll weigh out my options, and whatever it is, you know what I'm saying? You don't want a lot of yes men on your team, though. But like my man Saint for real said, man, don't let people get in your head and talk you out of stuff, man. That's why people hang with certain people, man. If you love trucking, find a group of people who love trucking. I love trucking. Once I start a business and become successful in my business, and, you know, making the type of money where I don't have to use trucking as a means to pay my bills, I might still drive because I love driving. I just love to do this. But man, this is Knock 'em Down signing out. Yo, this is my last rough video I'm gonna do. I've been talking to my man, so he gonna edit on him, but from now on. But all right, man, I'm gonna get at y'all, man. Knock 'em down, man. Shout out to Saint for real, man.